All right, welcome to another episode of Sudden Change Pod. It's been a while. Glad to be back. It's your boy Beans. We got JA here.
Big week.
Yeah, fantasy draft is coming up this Saturday. Just in general, how you feeling now? Now that's actually here. So it's been a lot of hype, a lot of build up.
Yeah, I'm long time coming because I didn't play fantasy last year. So like, hey, it's all come together now. Now it's time to do it, man. Like it should be a good time because I've been talking to Jay Green and Cheese a lot, and minds are going crazy. they're trying to they're trying to have rules change, but nah, it should be fun because honestly, we don't know a lot of people's draft strategy yet.
Right.
And with the new rules, like a lot hasn't comes into play now. So I'm excited to see what happens, man. I know we'll be nervous a little bit because it's like certain guys on the board you think you're gonna get, and you don't know a guy may take them. So just having a plan, but honestly, I might just be going with vibes at this point.
uh, what rules were they talking about trying to get changed? What didn't they
So
like?
Cheese is scared about the rookie rule. So Cheese wanted
Understood.
Cheese. I was like, I'll talk to. Oh, I said, but it ain't happening because I said I was like, it makes the draft even more competitive now with the rookie being in a flex. Cheese wanted the rookie to be anywhere on the roster except quarterback, obviously. Like he could be running back, wide receiver. He's like, because if you think I'm starting Brock Bowers and I'm flex and then another tight end, like you also want a fantasy with three tight ends as well too. So you don't
That's
know
interesting.
how. So yeah, that the rookie flex thing is on a lot of people's mind because you don't know when someone's gonna reach. They assume that I'm going Marvin Harrison at 10 or 11.
Mm.
I don't know. I literally don't know. Like it could be a shot, but like you just got to see how the first nine picks go as well too.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I never thought about it as far as having the flex versus not having the flex, but still having to do a rookie. It does make a bit of a difference, but I think it's good the way it is.
Yeah, I said we're not changing it. Like I feel like that plays a role into how we draft now. So
For sure.
you could mock all you want, but like someone is gonna take a rookie at some point. Like
Yeah, yeah,
and it may be sooner than you think. And now that's going to shift a lot of minds. Like, oh, okay, it may be a runoff on rookies after that, and then it'll leave veteran talent on the board. So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think for a year one, two, for a lot of guys we don't know, I think it's a great strategy to have just going into the draft.
Yeah, speaking of mocks, it makes it kind of hard to mock because everybody else, the CPU, whatever, they're not considering the rookie piece. So it's like they're
At
just taking
all.
their regular guys. So I've had some good mocks and I've had some mocks. I'm like, if this was drafted,
Yeah,
I'd be in trouble.
yeah. Like I've done honestly probably like 10 mocks within the last like week, just different scenarios where I'm taking this position a couple times and maybe this position. Then
Yeah,
I'm thinking about the rookie, but I'm like, they're not really taking like I don't think any rookies went in the top 10. So,
nah,
but you never know if someone may be thinking like maybe I want neighbors at like 7 or something. Like you just don't know. So yeah, like I've tried every scenario. I'm like maybe quarterback early, running back, wide receiver, two wide receivers, let's not get a
yeah,
quarterback till late. But what I've noticed consistently through the mocks is that first nine has always been like the same nine. Like there's never been something that that will be off. Like oh snap, like, he really took him. Like
yeah, yeah.
so, just preparing for that as well. Like you can't because you don't know who's thinking what. Like I saw Casey's got another league, and I seen someone took Kyron at 6. So I'm like,
Mm,
oh yeah,
goodness
yeah,
gracious, that's early.
yeah. Cheese is in his league too. So I'm like, wow. So I'm like, that would throw my psyche all off for a second. Like, all right, like, you got to lock in. Or like, our former constituent Gabe, he took Breece at 2. Like he said, it threw guys off. So
Mhm.
you just got to prepare for the unknown with drafts.
Yeah, I think once, and maybe somebody doesn't pick Marvin Harrison first, but I would assume that's the first rookie off the board. I think once that happens, then the wheels
It's a
start
run.
turning. Yeah, that's when the run
Yeah.
starts. People are like, do I got to take him now? Is everybody about to go, or can I wait? So it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so you've been talking to Jay Green. If you were in his spot right now, who do you think you probably would lean towards with the first pick?
I'm leaning toward Tex and I'm trading. Ain't no way. I'm not staying there. Honestly, like we've been going back and forth with this. I'm like, if C-Mac is your guy, like that's your guy. Like it's hard to say what the injury may be. Maybe it just could just be rest. Like, maybe he had a little tightness. We just don't know like how serious it is. So that's probably the sure lock number one. If it wasn't him, like I feel like everyone else that would go one, something's going on this offseason. Like it's just CeeDee's got the contract situation. Tyreek, you never know. Like they're always good until it gets cold out, and their schedule is probably one of the toughest to finish. So it's like, yeah, that's probably a good pick in September, October. But like when they get to December, they're playing at Buffalo and they playing at New England. Like a lot of things change fantasy wise, especially for wide receivers. So um, I think it's C-Mac. Honestly, I think he's for sure fire number one. But I can see guys going other ways.
So with C-Mac, I've been hearing rumors like they're not going to use him as much. They were just chasing numbers last year. They want to keep him
That
fresh for
is,
playoffs. Do you think that's true that he's going to get used less, or do you think they're
yeah.
just talking?
I mean, I can see it because like at this point, you guys are not chasing stats now. Like you traded C-Mac, you ain't traded C-Mac to just be breaking running back records. Like it's cool if it comes with wins and a Super Bowl, but their mind right now is probably just all Super Bowls. So like making sure he's fresh because he had a little bit of a injury, just same calf at the end of the season. So it's like making sure he's healthy through 18 weeks. I could see them going different ways. Like, and he's not in practice right now, so you just don't know. Like, it makes it hard. But I can see that happening because you're not playing for stats at this point. Like you're playing for a ring. So
Yeah,
if there's another running back that they have that they see is showing out, like but he'll get his fair share of carries and stuff and touches, but I can see that happening, especially if they're blowing teams out. Like we don't really need C-Mac in right now. Let's just reserve him. So it's the hard
yeah. I
part
seen
about running backs.
Yeah, I seen somewhere Shanahan was saying he's high on Jordan Mason this year, so you never know.
Shanahan, he'd be lying to us though. You'd be thinking it's Elijah Mitchell, and he won't even play for 3 weeks.
Don't even bring
Like
up that name. I don't
yeah,
want to
that's
hear
your
that name.
guy. But
Nah.
like you always try to take the backup, but now it's like he'll go find like the fourth stringer that just hop that guy. So
I'm
he's
cooking.
hard to trust sometimes as well.
So in the chat, Jay Green has said he's stuck. I think he said before between four names. Do you think there's legitimately four guys that could go number one? Maybe
No.
I'm underthinking it, but he said I'm like
Uh, if he's, who would be? C-Mac,
I guess if
Tyreek,
you're hot, if you're like if you definitely want to go running back, I guess you could put Breece up there. You can maybe put Bijan in that conversation. And then you got
Bijan went first in Casey's league. He went first in Casey's league.
so I
C-Mac
mean
went two. I mean,
uh,
I can. Yes, I would say yes because you just don't know how other guys are thinking. Like they may value someone differently. So if you're just saying, all right, C-Mac, Reek, Brees, Bijan, or CeeDee, like those are like 4 to 5 guys that it's possible. I wouldn't say it's smart, but it is possible. So I'll give him the nod to say, yeah, it's probably 4 guys.
so do you think you had conversation with him? Do you think he's legitimately stressed or he just talking? He's just trying to, throw some stuff out there.
So I told you, me and Cheese playing that manipulative like mind work. Like I know he's scared of the injury. Like he loves C-Mac, like that's his
Yeah,
guy. But the injury, he knows if he misses out on C-Mac and that wait to come back to
yeah,
pick 20, 21, like you don't really have that much like room to spare to just be missing on picks like that. So
yeah.
but you don't know anyone, anything can happen to anybody, but like you can't come out the gates with unknown like injury issues. So I truly believe like he's having a hard time because I know he wants C-Mac,
Hmm.
but also he knows if he misses on C-Mac, you're probably not going to get it. Like your running back two is not going to be that high because running backs are going to go. Like you'll get a wide receiver, but you don't have a running back. So now you're still looking for a running back one, running back two, and you got so. Uh,
Yeah.
hey, that's on him though.
I
Told him
feel
to
like
trade me his next three first rounders. He can have it, but hey,
I feel like this is a similar situation to Cup last year because the coach was like, yeah, he's gonna be good week one, and then week one comes and he misses what like the first quarter of the season. So I definitely get the fear when it comes to a guy like that, especially in the first round.
definitely.
So speaking of running backs, I'm gonna give you a couple either or of guys that I assume will be gone before you, so you shouldn't have any issue with commenting on them. Um,
Okay.
if you were towards the front end of the draft, who would you take first, Breece or Bijan? Two
Hmm.
guys that are super hyped up this year.
Ah man, I could be biased and say Bijan, but both offensive lines are good. Like Jets
Yeah,
have improved theirs. Um, I think Bijan catches a little bit more. Better. I wouldn't say more because they had around the same stats like this past season with
yeah,
bad quarterback play from both sides. So
mhm.
um, it all comes down to just really like their schedules. Really, um, Falcons are slated to have one of the easiest schedules. So I'm slide with Bijan because I feel like with Kirk back there, getting more speed on the outside with Mooney and these guys, Drake London coming to his own now, Kyle Pitts being healthy finally. I think you can't stack the box with Bijan as well. So I would say I would lean towards Bijan, but it's like 1A, 1B with those guys.
Yeah. So I followed Breece last year, but not as much as I probably should have. And then we had the conversation with Gabe. He was saying, the back end of the season is kind of where those numbers got padded. That's how he ended up as RB2. So do we think he's a little bit overhyped going into this year, seeing he wasn't really that consistent last year?
Yeah, because it's the potential and A Rod being healthy, so it boosts everyone around you. So the Garrett Wilson and him. But I told you, Brees only had one carry inside the 10-yard line last year. Granted, Aaron Rodgers wasn't there, but like if that's your guy, like I'm still feeding him no matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
so, and the same thing with Bijan. Like Arthur Smith wasn't giving him the ball because he doesn't care about fantasy. I'm just like that's not a reason to give him the football. So like I feel like we would definitely see like a spike in like production from both guys. Like just situations just really being different. But Bijan's the real I mean, Brees is the real deal. Like I had him the year he tore his ACL and he was
yeah.
about to go crazy. Like he was on his way. Like he's a home run hitter. So he always had the aspect of taking it to the crib at any snap. So nah, he's legit.
Gotcha. So you'll go Bijan there.
Yeah.
How about Reek or CeeDee? Those are the top two wide receivers on pretty much everybody's board.
I'll go Reek. Just that offense is just high octane. Even though CD gets his numbers, but it's always something in Dallas. Like it's just like he'll do it, but like
Yeah.
I think Miami is just they're predicated on just like just yo,
Oh.
let's just yeah, we're going. Like we're out. Like it's not even we're not methodically driving. Like we're trying to score in like 1 to 2 plays. So um his yak is crazy. Like he's just and there's like many different ways you can get him the ball, like backfield, slot, outside guy, like gadget plays. So he keeps you on your toes. I'm definitely going to Reed.
Yeah, I think I would go Reek too. I'm really interested to see who's gonna be left at four. And last, one of these guys, I guess, could slip to you depending on how people draft, but I doubt it. Who would you take out of Amon Ra and Chase?
Mm, good one.
Two,
So I've seen Amon Ra like within like the top seven, like in mocks, top seven, top eight. Um, I still think Chase is like the big time player. Like, granted, Amon Ra like he racks it up, like the yard, like the catches, the yards,
yeah,
like he does it all. Like
PPR purposes.
he's like the the Rams like Robert Woods type, just the utility guy, but like he could do it all, like across the middle of the field, blocking, like he can literally just do everything on the football field. But Chase just has that aura of just, I cannot get a catch in the first quarter, but I can still finish with 8 for 175 and 3 TDs. Like
Yeah,
I think his big play explosiveness gives him the nod over Amon Ra. But still, it's like no slight to him. Like he is real good. Like he's coming to his own, but I'm gonna go Chase.
gotcha. Yeah, that's it.
I'll trust Burrow before I trust Goff. Like Goff has gotten better. Like he's improved from where he was. He's gotten significantly better, but I'll still take Burrow to feed Chase before any. I'll die on that sword. I'll go with Burrow and Chase before I
But
go with Goff and Armon.
but do you trust Burrow to be on the field for the whole season? That's the question.
I'm just gonna go out like yo, he's gonna be healthy this year. Like it's just I
Fair.
can't think like what if he get hurt? Like I just got like you gonna be there. Like I can't think about the I can't think like that. So I'm gonna go Chase as if Burrow is gonna be healthy all year.
Gotcha. So on the TikTok page, I did a post about some guys that
They're
I'm
killing
not,
you.
yeah,
They're
that I'm
killing you up
not
there.
drafting. At least not. I'm not gonna say I'm not drafting, but I'm not drafting where they're currently ranked at. So I want to see what you think about these guys. And I actually posted one video on Instagram today. Josh Allen is QB1. What do you think about that? That's
No,
ESPN rankings has him QB1. I cannot give a QB1 just
I
based on his
can't.
talent around him
Yeah, I feel like they took a step back
for
with
sure.
talent. Yeah, obviously losing Diggs, and then you got a rookie coming in, so you never know what that happens. I think they got like Mac Hollins, so a lot of guys gonna have to step up. Um, I can't give him QB1 though.
Who? Well, I'm not gonna ask you that. We'll move on. So another guy that I understand the hype, but I don't fully understand the hype. We got Jahmyr Gibbs as RB6, right behind the three guys we talked about earlier. I think Bark was ahead of him, and one more person ahead of him. What do you think about him being ranked that high?
I get it, but it's kind of hard because he split a lot of time with Montgomery.
Yeah, and
And
Montgomery's
he's
still
already
there.
had, yeah, and he still had, and Gibbs is dealing with like a nagging injury as well. So I've seen it in mocks. Like I'll
I've seen
start
it for
picking, and
sure.
I'm like, damn, I'm like, all right, like that drop off from like those top four guys. So like after Bark, it's like Jahmyr Gibbs, James Conner. Like I'm like, wait, this kind of this kind of a little drop off because like you
Yeah,
get what like you know what Jahmyr Gibbs can do, but it's like, can you sustain it and stay healthy? But like if he's healthy, you don't know how Montgomery is gonna take carries from him as well because that was scary last year. Like a lot of a lot of guys took Jahmyr Gibbs, and the first
hmm
game against the Chiefs, it was a lot of Montgomery. Like Montgomery
yeah,
literally like filled that game, and he was
for sure.
solid throughout the whole year. And I'm like Gibbs had his moments, but it's kind of like the Reggie Bush thing. Like he's electric, but is he every down? So
Mm.
RB6.
And they got a lot of talent there. They got. I get that you could use him in a lot of different ways, but you still got Amon, you still got Laporta who went crazy last year. You still
Yeah,
got Montgomery
yeah.
back there, who's a
Jameson's out there.
yeah,
Amara's out there.
first
Yeah.
full season with Jameson. Like
That's tough, but
that's
like
tough
you
for
got
me.
C-Mac, Breece, Bijan, Bark. Who do they have at five? Henry, probably.
I could look real quick. I had it up a second ago. RB5 was RB4 was Jonathan Taylor. RB5 was Saquon.
Mm, mm.
JT gets lost in the mix. Like he gets lost in the
You could
sauce.
lose him for me too. He could get lost in my mix too. Yeah. I can see it, especially if JT is going to be. I have more of a problem JT being four than Jameer being six.
Mm, okay.
I would put Bark ahead of JT.
Yeah, I would switch that one at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
it's RB6 is fine. And
you also don't know what you're gonna get out of Richardson because how many games did he play last year? Like a couple, and he got injured.
yeah, he had like a concussion and then like the shoulder injury. So
Yeah, so he didn't. You didn't
you
get
just
to
don't
really
know.
see them together. Yeah,
Yeah. And then he missed time, with contract issues and, not going to camp and stuff. So yeah, RB6 is fine. If he's gonna be RB4, I ain't got no problem at RB6 because please.
so I'm gonna just tell you the three guys behind him. You just tell me what you think about that. Kyron Williams was 7, Pacheco 8, ETN 9. Think those guys should be behind him?
ETN shouldn't. ETN should be. Connor is TD dependent though. Like if the Cardinals are gonna stink, does he get the same? Because they got Trey Benson.
No, I didn't say
So
Connor. I didn't say Ky. I said
he
Kyron Williams
oh
and
Kyron. I
Pacheco.
get
Yeah,
it. Kyron is like he finished third in rushing, but he missed like 5, 6 games. So
yeah. I was gonna
it's
say,
weird. Like
yeah, he got injury issues too. That's the thing with running backs. It's like it's hard.
and it's like knick-knack, like it's like little nagging injuries that can like derail a season. So I would put ETN over Jameer Gibbs because his body of work is better, and he gets multiple TD games sometimes. So I think it'll be another bounce back year for him. In that offense, I feel like they kind of regress too. But I would give him because he can do the same things he can do and as well, and he
Yeah,
catches out the backfield as well. And he's an every down back damn near. So I would give ETN a nod over him though.
yeah, for
Kyron is
sure.
kind of like, it could be either or. But yeah, that's tough, man. Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
That RB
I
that
definitely like
RB
ETN.
room is crazy. Like it because now it's just like which one of y'all are gonna stay healthy? Like that's all it's gonna come down to.
Yeah,
Like you could be out there, but like, are you gonna be healthy? Like, because I've seen like Kamara like later, and I'm like, AK can do it, but it's like, is the offense good? Is he gonna be there? Like, is he
Yeah,
even into it? Like, I just feel like AK has just been there. Like, he's been solid, but yeah, that RB room scares me.
yeah. Running back is interesting. I know y'all was talking about the drop off, and I understand it's a drop off, but it's also not like a drop off into running backs that are bad. It's just
It's not. It's just
it's a mid tier. Like you got your Mixons, you
who
got
gonna
your
be
Aaron
who's
Jones.
gonna be productive there? Like, is because you could literally have a running back there that just won't score for 5 games. I'm like, bro, you're like, and they're not getting 100-yard games, so it's like if you're gonna get me 12 carries for 75 yards, like I'm gonna need a tutty or two. Like
Yeah, yeah. It's
they're not clipping 100 yards like that no more, and they're not catching like that. So it's like the top guys are. So like the middle tier guys are really like K Walk, like Kenneth Walker. It's like he started off well, but it's like he's very TD dependent because
yeah.
he could literally get you 12 carries for like 23 yards. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna need at least 3 TDs, like just to offset that 1.2 yard per carry. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
dog. So now that's
Yes.
where it's not that it's a drop off, it's scary. It's like, yo, am I about to waste my pick on like James Conner or like James Cook, or am I going like, you know what I mean? It's like there's guys out there like, yeah, like I could see you on my team, but it's like maybe I could get a better value pick here before I take you.
Facts.
And then
Yeah.
you leave yourself at a point where it's like, you know what? I need a back now. Let me go just go find a back. And so they end up like Ramondre. Like I can't stand Ramondre Stevenson, but like
Yeah.
he's a good fantasy running back because they'll give him check downs and then he'll get like 1 to 2 yard TD rushes. So it's like, yeah, the name don't pop to you
Yeah.
but he does it. But it's like, how's that offense going to be in New England? That tier where he's at scares the hell out of me. I'm just like, yo, let me just get some back.
Yeah.
I'm only carrying 3 this season. I don't got enough of that. And make sure their buys don't, hey, just I gotta get it right.
Yeah.
I don't got
It's
time for these running backs.
running backs is tough. Who else did I have that I didn't like? Oh, I don't like I saw Chris Olave at wide receiver 9. So I don't like
Mm,
that offense. I don't know, just nothing. He has been relatively consistent, but he doesn't find the end zone. So it's tough for me to see him at wide receiver 9 ahead of the guys that he's ahead of. What do you think about
yeah,
Olave?
not good player, but wide receiver 9 is a little. Like who's above him? Like besides
So,
CD, Jettas, Chase, Amon Ra, AJ Brown, Diggs, probably.
no, Diggs behind him. They got Garrett
Ooh,
Wilson.
okay. Mike
Puka is up
Evans.
there. Mike is right behind him. Wait, hold on.
Mm,
Yeah,
get him out
so
of there.
the guys right behind him, at least on this list, ESPN kind of be wild
Yeah.
sometimes, but they got Tay behind them, they got Pittman behind them,
Mm.
Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison. So like all those guys behind him, I just don't see it.
I'm not getting with that. I can't because he is not the perennial number one like those guys have been and can be. Like Olave may have a good game, but he's not gonna. He may this year, but I just don't see him going off like those guys have done in their careers. Like putting him ahead of him, like his last year wasn't like that to put him at 9. So I don't know what
Right.
changed over there to like Mike Evans is too consistent for him to be behind. I don't care. Baker and Baker had a good year, so
Yeah,
uh,
I would take all of those guys ahead of them. So I
I
don't
would
know
too.
what goes into these rankings, but I just can't see him at wide receiver 9.
No, like if Olave's on a board with those guys, Olave's probably my last pick, like my last option. So,
Okay, I could get with that. And last but not least, we talked about him in the group chat a little bit with Los because this is Los's guy, quarterback.
oh
Just
boy,
Justin Herbert is at QB 15, and when you think about it, that sounds low, but when you think about what he has with him this year, how he's looked, new situation, I don't think that's low at all. It actually might be a little high because he's still ahead of guys like still ahead of Kirk up there. He's ahead of Golf. He's ahead of Tua. I wouldn't take any of those guys after him. I don't know how you feel about.
Herbert being at 15 with those guys behind him is nah. I don't think he should be that high then because Quentin Johnston is their number one right now. He's having issues. He had an injury issue. Um, I just don't think that team is going to be able to generate enough firepower for him to really show his talent. Like
Agreed.
Kirk offense is better. Um, Golf offense is way better.
Tua's
So I
offense
feel,
way better.
yeah,
So
definitely, yeah. And I feel like he'll have a hard time like generating stats with that core for right now. Like they just you got rid of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Like unless Harbaugh is the 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 QB saver, like the QB that you can just generate stat. I just don't see how. Honestly, maybe around like 1920 is probably like will solidify his position. And there's no slight to him. Like he's a great player. He just don't have the
yeah,
talent. Like I just feel like they're gonna be run heavy. Like you don't just go get Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins and those guys. And I think they got Blake Corum. Is Blake Corum there? Is he? No, I
uh,
think he's with the Rams. I think he's
Rams, I think.
okay. But yeah, definitely J.K. and Gus. I just don't. That's not a passing style offense. So I think
Yeah,
they'll methodical. It'll be like a pro style, but yeah, I don't think 15 is a little too high.
I think it's the same kind of mindset with him and Josh Allen. I think with these rankings, it's a little bit of hope involved. Like we want him to be that guy,
Yeah,
but the situation just doesn't call for it. Like so, I can't justify putting him ahead of those other guys. And when I really think about it, everybody in the league is probably going to carry two quarterbacks. So, and I said in the chat, he might not get drafted at all. And that, reasonably so, he might not end up on a roster until someone
yeah,
has an injury or someone needs him. So to think like the
for a
guy
game or
he
two.
was,
Yeah,
yeah, the guy he was 2 years ago to now not being drafted, possibly, that's a major decline for him.
yeah. It was a lot, and honestly, even in the mocking, like there was a lot of like guys like name wise that were like at QB, like that were left like late. I'm like Stafford. I'm just like okay, like
Yeah,
but if Stafford's going that late, there's no way Herbert should be even drafted if Stafford's going that late. So
yeah.
yeah, it's tough sledding, but I wouldn't put him at 15.
Stafford is one of those guys that I think just falls in the cracks and people just forget about him. But he's gonna do his numbers.
Always, always.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some interesting guys. I'm really looking forward to draft night. Just I know it's gonna be some.
If that's Lowe's guy, I mean, help us out.
Yeah. I hope he helps me out with the at the top. I hope he
He's
goes.
at two, right? Yeah, he's at two. Yeah,
Yeah, he's as much as I've drafted with him. I don't know. I can't really prepare for him because I know Chase's guy, but I don't think he's going that high on him. So I have no idea who he's gonna do. But we'll see.
yeah,
I'm prepared.
yeah,
I'm prepared no matter what.
yeah. Because you got two guys in front of you, like you don't know chance, like strategy. Like
Yeah,
my mind is like chances, like Jettas, like you Viking everything. There's
I
no way
hope
you
so.
don't. There's no, but like, what if Los took Jettas? So it's like, what if he? So yeah, God bless y'all up there though.
So I mean, I had my original. I think I explained this to you before. My original reason I took four is because it was three guys I really like, and I figured that one of them will fall to me. But then as I look, like if one of them doesn't fall to me, I don't have a fourth guy that I love. So now I'm
Should have
like,
took
dang,
three. You should have
should I
took
take? I
three.
should have took three, but I just wanted one pick earlier on the comeback. But as I thought about it more, like I figured out who I really like at four. So I got four guys that I'm good with.
All
But
right,
we'll see how it
good,
plays
good.
out. We'll see. It'd be interesting.
I had
Um,
no strategy, so I was like, I need 10. I have no strategy. Like,
nah,
I just need to see what y'all do first, so I can.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how I got to play it.
no, that's it. That's what I was thinking at the beginning. Like when you first did the order, I was like, just give me nine because I want to keep everything in front of me. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna, it's a new league. I'm gonna
yeah.
go try to go for it. Let's get into this pick 'em and then we'll wrap it up. Oh shoot, I forgot. I didn't write down the games you said. Let me find the text.
Oh, I
Uh,
got you. I started from Thursday night, so Ravens Chiefs ring night.
I'm gonna go Chiefs. That's gonna be a very interesting game. Did they win last year open night or did the Lions beat them? I can't
No,
remember.
Lions beat them. Lions beat them by one, I think it was, because
Yeah,
Tony
so
was bugging. Kadarius Tony was dropping like everything.
yeah, so I'm not going in like definitely Chiefs, but I'll just take them at home. Yeah, I think it'll be a close one. Now, who you got?
I'm gonna go Ravens. Dealing with a lot. Lost to them last year in the playoffs, but they lost Jacoby Jones. Then just lost the offensive line coach. So I think it'll be a lot of heavy hearts. But I think they played them well. They just don't finish in the playoff. But
Yeah,
I think this would be Derrick Henry coming to town. Chiefs always have issues with Derrick Henry. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go Ravens.
gotcha. Friday night game. Never heard of that before. Packers at Eagles in
Yeah,
Brazil,
they
so
changed
not
it.
technically at Eagles.
Yeah, true. I need y'all to do y'all work, man. I'm going Packers because we're gonna take care of Monday night. So see how I be picking? I be picking for. I don't like the Eagles, so yeah, I'm going. Now I'm gonna go Packers. I just think a lot of new DBs that they're trying to incorporate over there. That Packers three wide receiver set is one of the like they're all the same, but like not the same. So
Yeah,
I think it would be good for them to get off to a nice start. And LaFleur had me sold. Like that Niners, like the way he called that, I'm like, yo, this dude's a hell of a coach. Like,
yeah. We finally got to see it.
yeah, like he could put on a masterclass. So it would be good for Green Bay to come out, make a statement, after how they finished last season. So I'm gonna go Green Bay.
I'm hoping the same. I'm gonna go Packers. I'm just really interested to see how that defense is gonna look with the new
Both
DC.
sides. Both
Yeah,
sides got new
yeah,
DCs. They got a new OC. So that'll definitely be something to watch, especially with like preseason being kind of, not
you
having
don't
really
see
all
much.
the starters in. Yeah, so see who gets off to a good start first.
Yeah, they definitely got the better names on offense, but I think we have a little more chemistry at least at this point. So hopefully
Definitely.
that shows. So I'll go Packers. Game three, we got Cowboys at Browns.
Don't ever trust D Watt. I'm going Dallas. D Watt got to show me something. I told you with D Watt, he be ruining people. Like Coop, this is the year he got a fully guaranteed contract. Like
Yeah,
Texans already passed the rebuild. Like they're literally contenders now. So it's like it's either put up or shut up for the Browns. But I just don't think D Watt's the guy right now. So I'm gonna go Dallas.
yeah, he hasn't looked good. I think that defense will keep the game close. Um, but yeah, I just don't trust D Wade. I'm gonna go Cowboys as well. Rams at Lions. That's a good one to start. I like that game
Playoff
a lot.
rematch. Playoff rematch. Lions are at home, right?
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
Lions.
They're kind of creating a little home field advantage now, finally out there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lions.
Really, it's a toss up for me. I'm gonna go. I have no idea how that Rams defense looks this year. But I'm gonna say a close game. I'm gonna go Rams, even on the road. And last but not least, probably another pretty low scoring game. Jets at Niners.
Mm,
That's a tough
Jets.
test for A-Rod right out the gate.
Jets. I'm gonna go. That defense is just. They're gonna get after Purdy. Um, they locked and loaded. Like they know, what happened last year. That defense is probably one of the best around. Honestly, they kind of wasted the year last year just being so good on defense. Offense
Yeah.
couldn't do much. So if that defense is playing to their capabilities, I'm gonna take the win over them. I just feel like they can get after Purdy more than a lot of teams, and they can play those receivers one on one. Like it's some of the best DBs, best front seven probably in football. So I'm gonna go Jets.
It's a long road trip. I'm gonna go Niners. I don't think. I hope Shanahan can draw it up. I think it'll be tough on the Jets. Just the first game.
Oh,
We haven't
Salah
seen.
going back too. Oh,
Huh?
I just realized that's Salah's old team.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't even think about it like
Um,
that. Yeah,
I just got to see how good the chemistry is with A-Rod. How much he's willing to trust Breece. Because he gets in. I've seen it firsthand in Packers. He gets in the modes where he like, I'm just throw, throw, throw. Like
yeah,
he don't
but
want to stick to the game plan.
I feel like he knows now. Like this is almost the end for him. So it's like
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
really got time to be doing that. Like because then like the Jets' future is like trash if you're gonna go out like that. So um, my thing is I don't know if the Niners DBs got better. Like we saw
Yeah.
how the Chiefs did them, and it's like, all right, Garrett Wilson's now got a quarterback. Like they got guys on the outside. Mike Williams is there too. I don't know how healthy he is yet, but
I don't think he's gonna start the season, is he?
no, probably not. I wasn't sure, but
I don't think so.
I just think just having A Rod at the helm, like it gives you already got a chance walking in like as soon as you wake up, like if you got A Rod. So statement game for the Jets. Like you gotta come out strong. Maybe a little Super Bowl loss hangover for the Niners. They got to deal with the IU ain't really been there yet. So
True.
they see Mac
Um,
healthy. Like the Jets and that's a scary start. Like
I
that's a
get it.
scary start.
It's question marks there. I definitely I get that.
That's gonna be fantasy. Yo, that's a fantasy implication. Right? Like
Yeah, it's a
that's gonna
lot of
be
guys,
crazy.
a lot of
Do
guys
you
going
draft
now.
A Rod though? Like, does A Rod get drafted? I feel like he does, but like, is he a starter?
I'm definitely not starting them.
Yeah, he's a
I
bye week type. Yo, if you get
yeah, I don't
hot,
know.
like I gotta rock out. But that's gonna be tough though because they could cook. Like they definitely could cook.
They could. After Breece and after Garrett Wilson,
Garrett,
who do they have? I can't name a tight end. I think Alan Lazard is probably wide receiver too, and that's
please,
not
he
that's
blocking.
that's
He ain't get a screen.
so
Get
I
Lazard
mean
off my TV.
so yeah, they're gonna test those San
Who is
Francisco
there?
DBs,
That's a
but
good question. I don't know who's there out of those two.
it's Mike Williams when he get healthy. But until then,
But
I,
like, there's a guy that like I know they drafted Corley, but it's like that's a rookie. So
yeah. So
I
we'll
don't
see.
know. That's a good question. Yeah,
It's a good game. Is that Sunday night?
Monday night.
Oh, Monday night. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everybody be locked in. That's a big
Yeah,
one.
let me go grab a kicker. Get a little Monday night miracle.
Yeah, a lot of implications there. But yeah, good app. Glad to be back. Just really excited for the draft coming up. A lot of prep to do in this last couple of days.
Yeah,
Any
I'm
shout outs before we get out of
multi-chapping.
here? Any shout
Taylor
outs?
Rooks. Hey,
Here we go.
one day, Taylor. One day. One day.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
begging.
we need to let's set that goal right now. We talked about every year having an honorary person to do announce the first round of
All
the
I want
draft.
her is announce the first round. She could do it from her FaceTime. Like she could do it from IG Live. Like Taylor Rooks, just announce say my name and announce our first round.
So
And
that's the
I
goal.
promise you, yo, that's the goal. Like by next draft, like do something for our league. That's it. I don't want nothing. Like she could send something, but like I don't really want nothing.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. Yeah,
we just gotta keep pushing it, keep it on the socials,
yeah.
get her attention somehow. But
I like
yeah,
everything she posts. Hey, I'm gonna
yeah.
like it till she like me.
If we keep pushing it where we are, like that video, I think we
Hey,
got like
send her the
almost an,
draft videos. Hey, we got eight K. Hey,
yeah,
send
I
her the
think
draft lottery.
yeah, we almost to 9 now. So I mean,
Hey, I'm
hey,
about to
more
tag
to
her in
come.
that. Hey, look what we doing.
Got you. All right, well, it's another episode, Sudden Change Pod, and we will be back next week to talk about the draft, all the surprises,
Yeah.
all the reaches, all the falls, everything. We'll catch y'all next week.